Alright guys and gals, Crypto Kurt here with yet another crypto video, and today we're going to be talking once again about Spectre dividend token. Before we get started, let me please state that this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video content should only be used for research, information, and entertainment purposes only. Alright guys, so it's now April 2nd here in Australia. The platform, the Spectre platform, was launched in beta format on March 31st, so basically 2 days ago from my time. And if you go to the Spectre dap.spectre.ai login, you'll get this message, important announcement. So as part of the launch, a real money closed beta for 100 users, and the security upgrades implemented all account data as of March 30th, 2018 have been deleted, and all users will have to create a new account with Spectre. So basically, if you had created an account on the test platform, that account will no longer be valid and you will have to recreate it. I have not tested it, so I'm not sure if you can use the same email address. I'll tell you what, give me just a second. So I'll have to test that and come back to you. Obviously, anyone who, it doesn't really matter. You can always use a different email address, but should you have that situation, should be able to use the same email address. As I said, they've deleted all the information. If we click here, sorry, not there. I'm going to read you out some information that they sent me via email. So in line with the timely execution of our roadmap, we are pleased to launch Spectre with real money trading. As you may recall, the first 100 traders that had applied to be part of April's Real Money private beta have already been invited to open a live account on the platform today and tomorrow, while all the rest can continue to trade in demo mode. They will be stress testing all aspects of the platform, including account opening with no KYC today. With KYC begins tomorrow, trade execution, both from regular and off-wallet accounts, off-site wallet accounts, SXUT privilege unlocks. So the SXUT are the utility tokens, and that unlocks the risk management, the withdrawals, and other key functions. There's a whole long list of things that the utility token does for you as a trader on that platform. And then if you are one of the lucky people and you have the highest trading volume, you're going to win yourself $5,000. Now, if we go have a look at what they say on the Medium article, you can see that the closed Real Money beta is going live, or is now live. They have live trading. 100 users will have the ability to create the live account, which they've already talked about. There is going to be a KYC process. There are the privileges from the SXUT tokens. They are also trading crypto pairs now, so it's not just currencies. You can also trade cryptos in there. And then they're giving away some rewards for people who are part of the 100 who are doing the test, but it's kind of a moot point for none of us who are involved. And there are specific trading hours in April. So they're going Monday, 4 a.m. GMT until 9 p.m. GMT on Friday for all FX and cryptocurrency pairs. If we have a quick look at what's been happening to the Spectre token, it's currently trading at 22 cents. That's actually down 2.5 cents from just earlier today when I was looking at it. And one of the reasons why I'm doing this video again is because it's an absolute no-brainer. This is an awesome, awesome passive income opportunity. Now, there is a caveat. If you are a U.S. citizen, you're not going to be able to pull out the dividend. So if you're a U.S. citizen and you hold SXDT tokens, you're going to have to figure something else out. Find someone who lives overseas, go get residency in another country, etc., etc. We're going to have a look at some numbers so you'll see some of the potential income that you can make by holding on to these tokens, not to mention the potential capital gains that will come from the value of the tokens going up as well. But what's been happening? So volume's relatively light, last 24 hours with $25,000. Circulating supply is 82,000. Total supply is 140,000. Now, I watched a video yesterday where Crypto Rich was interviewing Kay, and they were doing some technical analysis both on BTC and also on Ethereum. And Kay has been a trader for a long time and understands technical analysis very well. I highly suggest you check that video out because he made some great points both about where Ethereum is in the trading cycle and where Bitcoin is in the trading cycle, using both Elliott Wave and Fibonacci rules, I guess. I'm not a technical analyst myself, but he made some really good points about the Fibonacci stuff. So again, go have a look at that. And then, of course, he had a look at his own dividend and clearly stated he was not happy with the state of the dividend or with the state of the value of his tokens. But the reality is, they are in beta at the moment, and proof is in the pudding. He also reminded us that there is a guaranteed $250,000 dividend that's going to be paid out to SXDT token holders as kind of part of a bonus in April, because they had they achieved some goals from building out the DAP, or the DALP, which is their liquidity pool. And when you really dive into what these guys are doing, it's truly exciting. The platform they're building, they're going to have a whole bunch of dApps built on their platform, which will also contribute to the dividend payout pool, which is, again, is very exciting. And the numbers that we're going to look at today don't include those at all. All right, so now we have my U-Butte spreadsheet where I'm basically running some analysis. I am using the exact numbers that Spectre has put into their conservative spreadsheet. And according to Kay, they are well and truly on track to hit those numbers, as in specifically the number of traders, which will be using the platform in the first year. I believe 250 is their number. Again, they already have 100 set up for the beta. And the way he talked on that video, they must have at least 150 waiting in the wings to make sure that they hit the 250, which was their goal for traders on the platform in 2018. Okay, so I just want to run through some quick math here. First off, these numbers. So this is based on the number of tokens that you would have if you spent 250, 500, 1,000, 5,000, or $10,000. That's as of today, trading at 22 cents. For those of you who want to understand the math, I'm taking the 250, dividing it by 22 cents, and you get the number of tokens you would have, okay? These numbers are all pulled directly from the spreadsheets that Spectre developed, all right? And basically what we're looking at is these are total transactions. 2% of the fees are paid out to token holders. This is the total value per token based on the total value of tokens available. And I have used the total circulating amount, sorry, the total amount, not the circulating amount. Excuse me. Kay also mentioned that Spectre themselves are the largest single shareholder of tokens. They own 70 million themselves. So the directors and the company itself have 70 million. And he was very open that it's, you know, in their best interest to have the value of these tokens go up. He did not actually stipulate whether they're going to receive internal payouts. But for this calculation, I'm going to go ahead and assume that all tokens are going to get paid out, not just the circulating supply. Now, that also means, though, that again, there's a little caveat in here that the tokens have to be held on a ERC20 wallet to be able to be recognized and have your wallet address set up. So anyone who's holding these on exchanges are probably not going to be able to get the dividend. They're going to have to move them over to a wallet, which they then register as part of the KYC process. Okay, there is going to be a KYC process as well, and for the first month at least, you're going to have to log in and actually draw down the dividends. Eventually, they're going to be paid out automatically, but I think for the first couple of months, you're going to have to go in and sign up and pull the dividends out yourself. Just a reminder, guys, that the dividends are being paid out in Ethereum. So while we're looking at dollar amounts here for the annual earnings and the special dividends and the monthly payout, you're not going to get US dollars. You're going to get this value in ETH. Okay, so again, very important thing if you understand what the value of ETH may become in the future. Okay, so let's say that you have $250. You go out today and you can get 1,136 tokens. We'll put 1,100 in the calculator. You can see that the annual earnings from 1,100 tokens as of this year, 2018, and this does not include the $250,000 special bonus. Okay, that's not built into this calculator. And the annual earnings would be $28.61. The total annual earnings over 10 years, again using their conservative numbers, is $9,558. So the question you ask yourself is, would you spend $250 today to get basically $9,500 over the next 10 years? Probably. Let's change this to 500. We'll go into 2,200, tab that through. Same instance now. You can see now we're looking at basically doubling everything. So $57 first year and $19,117 over the next few years. Let's say you want to put in $1,000. You're going to double that again. So we'll put in 45,000 now. No, sorry, 4,500. My bad. Again, would you spend $1,000 today to earn $39,000 over the next 10 years? It obviously gets more exciting when you put some bigger numbers in there. So let's go straight to 10,000. You're going to have 45,000 tokens in there. So we'll just add another 0 there, tab through. And now we're talking about, would you spend $10,000 today to potentially generate yourself $391,000 in passive income, guys? This is passive income. And it's paid out in Ethereum over the next 10 years. So, if you get paid out $16,000 worth of Ethereum 2022, what could that Ethereum be worth in 2028? Again, you get paid out $1,000 in Ethereum in 2018, what could that be worth in 2027? So you can see that you've got a couple of things happening here. You've got passive income being paid out in Ethereum, which potentially is going to increase in value by itself. You have also what is the value of the SXDT token going to be once it starts generating this kind of passive income. There is going to be a increase in the value of the tokens themselves because they're going to be more valuable. And yes, you can run some fancy, forward value and future present value calculations. I'm not going to go through the process of doing all that today, but if you're smart and you're into mathematics and statistics, you can certainly run some of those calculations and figure out potentially if it's going to be paying out 45 cents plus, so it's going to be paying out roughly $2 a year per token. What's the future present value of that? So if that's going to happen in 2027, what's the future present value of that in 2019? And again, you can get some idea of what the value of the token theoretically should be, but that doesn't include passion, FOMO, and all the other things that come into buying tokens. So I really believe the value of these tokens, is so ridiculously undervalued right now at 22 cents that it's a no-brainer. And again, I'm not giving you financial advice, but it's certainly something you may want to consider going and having a look at picking up a few of these little bad boys. As I mentioned, they are going to do a $250,000 dividend payout in April, at the end of April. And so let's take 250, and we're going to divide that by the total number of tokens, which is 140,270,691. And we're going to get basically 0.0017 and a whole bunch of numbers. So it's less than a penny, obviously. But let's say that you have 45,000 tokens, and we're going to times that by 45,000. All right, so in the month of April, you're going to earn $80 worth of Ethereum. Again, and that's a one-off special token. He did mention that there probably will be more than 250,000 because you are going to have the 100 traders on the platform generating revenue. So who knows what that will be. Let's assume it'll be a little bit more, but again, we're running this fairly conservatively. So again, you're looking at an $80 payout on a $10,000 investment. And that's not a bad way to kick things off, okay? Once again, the value of the tokens will be driven by the dividends over time, and as more people start to get onto the platform and more fees are generated, the dividends are going to get paid out, the buzz is going to go out, and people are going to start being aware of this. So, now in the midst of this bear market where there's so much negativity and where we're looking at, just the whole market's down in the dumps, I am looking for these opportunities right here to really crank up our passive income potential going forward. And again, I think if you really run some math on these SXDT tokens, it really does become a no-brainer. And if you, again, I mentioned they do a quarterly video where they give an update. Go watch the last quarterly video update, which was done last month, and Kay shares with you some of the things that the company's doing, again, with the increase in the number of dApps that are going to be contributing. So while these numbers are pretty exciting, they are using their conservative numbers, and they are very conservative compared to the aggressive numbers that they have in the more aggressive portfolio. Okay, and there's one last spin that I want to put on this to just get everyone thinking, and again, possibly get you excited, that the payout numbers that we're looking at here have nothing to do with the value of the token, except when you purchase them. Obviously, the lower the price is, the more tokens you're going to get. But the point is that these payouts have nothing to do with the value of the token themselves. These annual earnings have nothing to do with the tokens. The special dividends have nothing to do with the value of the tokens. So as the value of the tokens continue to get pushed down in this bear market, it's a good idea to be adding more and more and more to your base holding. The other thing to remember is, again, these payouts are kind of not guaranteed at all because, again, they're all derivatives of the total estimated transactions. But the point being is that if they come anywhere near to these numbers, with the value of ETH as it is now, you're going to get 0.27 cents worth of ETH, no matter what the value of ETH is at the time either. So again, as ETH is down, you're going to potentially have an increase in that value as well. So again, you've got the passive income coming out in Ethereum, which potentially will go up in the future. And then you have the capital gains potential from the tokens themselves. So I won't beat a dead horse. I think you guys get it, but it's all pretty exciting in my world to be looking at the potential of making some really good passive income that basically within 10 years, we can pretty much, I could retire on. So you could spend $10,000 today and almost get ready to retire in 10 years. So again, there's very few places in the world and opportunities in the world which give you these kinds of opportunities. So well worth doing the homework, crunch some math yourself. I know some people are going to ask me for the spreadsheet. I don't share these spreadsheets for several reasons. The main one is which is my own personal liability. So I won't be sharing it, but again, you can build this yourself and run the numbers, or you can go use these spreadsheets that are available on the Spectre website as well. It's a great whole bunch of documentation over there, but they have some Google-hosted docs where you can go in and play around with some of the variables with regards to their conservative numbers and find out, where do they get these numbers from. So again, go over there and have a look, but well worth doing some research and having a look. Let's just have a quick look at where you can pick these tokens up. So at the moment, they're trading Ether Delta or Fork Delta, IDEX, and DDX. You can see that the Ether Delta, Fork Delta is got the lion's share of the volume and the best price where there's actually trading happening, because it doesn't look like there's anything happen on the DDEX. So again, guys, the token is the Spectre SXDT token. It is a very interesting opportunity, especially if you love your passive income, which I do. All right, guys, Crypto Kurt out.